Hi. Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. This was one of my birthday reads and I finished it, and as you probably know from other videos I've done, anything to do with Greek or Roman history, Greek or Roman myths, that is me. And this is a retelling of this what happened to the girls after the Trojan War, because in the Iliad, in the Odyssey, in the Aeneid, we know about the heroes. We know about Achilles, Agamemnon, Odysseus. We know about all of those. You don't hear so much about the women. They are secondary characters. But this one, it brings the women to the front. And it's the story, this one is the story of Briseis, who was, she was condemned to be Achilles' bed slave. She was given to him as a war trophy. He butchered her father and her brothers, and then she ended up as his slave. And it's her story and the story of her relationship with Achilles and with Patroclus, and how she never adapted to being a slave. It's her feelings, her emotions, and you see the war from her perspective. You see what happens to the women in these stories, the women who are the trophies, the slaves, who are brought off from the conquered lands to be used by the warriors, and some have better lives than others depending on who they were given to. Briseis, she does develop into a character that you do like. She develops into a character that you're on the side of. You see what happens to some of the other women as well, and there's always a feeling that she wants to escape, she wants to get back. But then if she got back, what would happen to her? Because if she did manage to escape back to Troy, we all know from history that Troy fell. So if she did escape, she'd get a few months freedom, and then she'd be back again as a slave, or maybe even dead. So what does she do? Interwoven with this, it says it's a Silence of the Girls, and it says it's the story from the women's point of view. It does focus a lot on Achilles as well. You get chapters of Achilles' point of view, particularly after the death of Patroclus. I'm not giving any spoilers away because we all know the story anyway. We all know the story of the Trojan War. So I'm not giving any spoilers away because these are stories that we've grown up with. But it's a different way of looking at it. And it's his feelings as well after the death of Patroclus, and how Briseis copes with his changing emotions, particularly when he doesn't fight. That period of time when he has that argument with Agamemnon and doesn't fight, and just stays on the shore and watches everybody else go off to fight and die. So it is a very good read. You see different characters, you see different perspectives, and the ending's a beautiful ending, and it's also quite sad. So yeah, if you like a bit of Greek mythology, Greek legends, and you're into Achilles, pick up this one, Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. So happy reading.